Man, I'm like hitting the lottery here, guys. Whenever you find this color, you gotta go play the lottery because you're about to hit, because this color is always a special ordered color. I don't know why dealerships are afraid of this. It is a beautiful, beautiful green. I mean, the sun hitting it too. Look at this thing. Oh, wow. So beautiful. Now, this is at Courtesy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Breaux, Louisiana. So if you are in the market, be sure to check these guys out and make sure you let them know you saw this video. And let's go ahead and get into the video.
So real quick look at the window sticker here. This is the truck listed. Base price is $56,175. I apologize in advance if I was calling this almond green, but it is olive green. And this Laramie did have the optional Cummins too. Now if you do want leather seats, that does come standard with this. Now this does have a bucket seat option, so you will get a bench standard. This does have the protection group and a sport appearance. Sport appearance gives you that painted front rear bumper and grille surround, and it does have the black interior accents too. Fifth wheel prep package was optional on this truck with the Laramie level C. There is a more expensive option, I think it's like $5,000. I'll be sure to show it to you here, but it has a lot of good stuff in this one, like the ventilated seats, and you have the power multifunction heated trailer, tow mirrors, and rain sensing wipers, things like that. The Cummins is the most expensive option here at $9,400. If you do want anti-spin differential in the rear, it is $495. It does come standard on the 3500s, and this one has that expensive Uconnect 12-inch display for $2,000, and it does have the 20-inch wheel option, so you can save some money on this truck. All in destination charge is $1,795 with a total price of $75,830.
Now what most guys do when they get this color, unfortunately you cannot get it in the night edition, but most guys have been getting this color and just basically just switching everything off. But this does have the standard LED reflective style headlights. It is going to have an incandescent turn signal, and down below, reflective style fog lights. Parking sensors are kind of hidden on the front end. Nice black tow hooks, and as you saw in the window sticker, this does have that sport appearance. So you're going to have painted front and rear bumpers. The surround for the grille is going to be painted, so this area here would basically look like this if you don't offer the sport appearance. So it does really clean it up on the front end really nicely. This truck does not have clearance lights. It is an option for the 2500. Solid front axle, optional 20-inch wheel, and these are going to be the Firestone Transforce tires. And here's the size for that. It's going to be a 285/60/20. And I like the painted door handles too. This is a really nice color too. You do have a smart key system for the front doors, and if you, nothing new for Ram, if you want to flip this up, you do have a tow mode for the mirrors. You can get these powered too for the convex, so you don't have to have someone touch them for you and put fingerprints on them. Now this truck here does have the LED for backing up your trailer too. I really like this color. This is not available for the limited too, so if you would like this color, you have to get a Laramie down in order to option your truck with it. Now if you do get a short bed crew cab, this will be a 31-gallon tank, and I believe this is a 5.7 gallon DEF. Now out back, the sport appearance does not black anything out, but it does reduce the chrome significantly, and I think it looks perfect. It's just enough chrome to keep you happy. Have your Laramie badge, big bold Ram badge. Truck does have the full drive system, class 5 receiving hitch. Again, as you saw on the front, they do hide these parking sensors. You don't really see them. They're on that little plastic trim piece, and they just kind of go unnoticed, which is perfect. You do have a backup camera, assisted tailgate, and here's some of your inputs, 7-pin, and this will be a 4-pin, and that is your cargo plug. This is something that got released for the 2021 model year. Now you don't have the upgraded high mount, so you're gonna have incandescent bulbs for that, but you still have the LED lights on each side. I haven't seen that one in a long time. You typically see them like this. See that? And tailgate's pretty easy to put up with just a finger. You do have a sport badge right here. I believe you can delete this from the manufacturer too, so if you don't want the sticker on the side of your truck, you could have it deleted. And it's not hard to take it off either. It's not painted on or anything like that, so it's pretty simple to take that off. Now, this is gonna have the optional 6.7 liter Cummins. It's gonna be good for 370 horsepower, 850 pound-feet of torque. This is a standard output Cummins, made it to the 68 RF. This is a great engine. This is a great transmission. I know a lot of people who say Chrysler transmissions are terrible, but 90% of the people who say that don't even own these trucks. So I would strongly recommend, if you are looking at a 3500 or even a 2500, this is a great solid system. Has smooth shifts, and it's really good for people who don't tow a lot. Now again, if you do tow a lot, you obviously can do so with this truck, but this is a really well-rounded truck for someone who only tows a little bit but wants a heavy-duty truck for the bigger loads. And having the 5-link coil suspension, I didn't mention this earlier, this is a really good riding truck, which you'll see later in the video. Now this truck was optioned with the black interior, and I think it looks great. Like I said, if you did decide to take off the wheels and the front grille and the mirrors and just go with a blackout, this truck looks fantastic with that. So the black interior just really does make it pop well too. And yeah, I mean, this is nothing new. This is the same interior you guys are used to seeing. You have the suede on the seats when you get the Laramie. Really good accent. They also give it to you down here. Leather wrap steering wheel, automatic headlights. As you saw outside, you have all your lighting controls for your LEDs. And this does have automatic up and down for the front, not for the rear. And it is an option to have these become power folding, and this does not have the convex control too. So again, those are some packages you might want to look at if you are looking to order one of these trucks. I do like the accent around the grille for the speakers, and even though this truck doesn't have any running boards, you do have a grab handle here, which still makes it really easy to get inside. Really clean layout for the 7-inch cluster, and of course this is the optional 12-inch display. LED lights all throughout the interior, home link system. Yeah, this is a well-rounded truck. I think for the price point, I think for this being like a little bit more exclusive color, this is a good one for people who are maybe getting their first HD truck. So here's your 7-inch cluster, and there's a few things that you can take a look at. If you like to change from kilometers to miles per hour, it's pretty easy. You have to do is just click this button right here. Scroll on down, vehicle information, shows you your tire pressure monitoring, coolant temp, transmission, oil, boost pressure, diesel particulate filter, oil life, fuel filter life, battery voltage, exhaust brake, gauge summary, which is my favorite. It gives you like a quick listing of everything. And then you have your engine hours, and then back to your tire pressure. Moving on down, this is something that was added for 2020 or 21, I can't remember now, but it's your drivetrain, and it does give you a pitch and roll too. Now from here, it takes you to your fuel economy. You do have two areas, so you can have one for the current and then one without that, if that gets annoying. Then you have your trip A, and then trip B. Then trailer tow, you do have a distance monitor too for your trailer, and it does do it for each trailer too. Then you have one for your trailer brake, and then your trailer light check. And then audio, and then for your messages, like so if you have like a bulb out, so different things will come here if you need to address something like DEF levels too low, things like that. Screen setup, you can set up the little areas here in the screen, and it takes you back to the first one, which is the speedometer. Now with the Laramie, you don't get like a leather wrap for your shifter or for your grab handles. So if you like those types of accents, you could move up to a limited Longhorn or a limited. But they do give you stitching on the interior. It looks really good. This does have the Alpine sound system. I believe it's 9-speaker with a subwoofer. I told you guys I was gonna show you these camera views in my next video. This green Ram 2500 does not have this, so I'm gonna show it to you guys here. Now, favorite a camera system by pressing the star on the control in any of the filters. I want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? You do have trailer, and then you do have auxiliary. So let me show you something really quickly. So this connection here is a 12-pin, and this would be for video. So if you would like to hook up your trailer, like if you have a camera on the back of the trailer or on the inside of the trailer, you can connect that on there and get that camera view, okay? So let's go to vehicle. Something new for 2022 is, you've seen this hundreds of times, right? They now have a left and a right camera view. And that, I think that's really cool. I hope that they allow you to do what GM does, which is when you turn the signal on, it'll turn that camera view on too. Now something you've seen a lot of is you do have your rear cam. You can zoom in for your conventional hitch. This also has the bed cam too. And auxiliary camera. And that was what I showed you guys outside basically. Now here are some of the other features in the screen. Now the off-road is kind of something similar that the SRT brand has in like the Hellcats and the Scat Packs. They have vehicle dynamics. Hope you guys can see that. And it does show down below too your altitude. And accessory gauges. And then pitch and roll. So you can either see that here or in the small cluster. Now we're going to hit home. You have two screens that you can look at. You can look at something for navigation or for your audio. You can switch it up to if you like. You can actually even, you know, add a page or delete a current one. Here's what your media looks like. This is Uconnect 5. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but this is the Uconnect 5 system. So this is new for that 2022 model year. You have FM, Sirius. You want to do Bluetooth audio. They do have Apple CarPlay now wirelessly too. And let's just keep going over. Here's for your climate. You have your heated and cooled seats. Actually, let's do something real quick. Let's turn it on real quick. I just want to show you what it looks like here. So this is what it looks like when it's on. So you can kind of swipe this too. And then you can show where you want the air to blow to. Navigation, full screen. And then if you want to set your phone up, it should be fairly easy to do so, okay? And then your vehicle, we just saw this. You saw some of your controls and the other truck, rear view mirror. And you do have just this single camera view for the rear. So I strongly recommend, if it were me, if you do plan on towing a trailer, I would get the 360 camera if you want that. It's not a necessary thing, but it is good to have. And lastly, guys, I think that this is why, the Uconnect system is the best. There's so many ways you can customize this. Very easy to use, very simple. Even with this being a new system, it's just easy to go in here and just learn the system, because this is like maybe my third time of seeing this, so it's just really easy to do. Now, as far as your apps go, you do have a few things here, and you have recents, categories. Yeah, so many different things here. But apart from that, let's go ahead and look below the screen. You do have your trailer brake, exhaust, brake, and then you're going to have your tow haul mode, rear and front parking sensors, 4 USBs, Type A, Type C, and 1 auxiliary in the middle. There is no charging station for this truck. This is a good price point. If you were to get the highest package, it's like $4,000 or $5,000, so it's really expensive. So this is a good price point for this truck, and a lot of the stuff that you don't see, you probably won't use anyways. One thing I like about the higher trims is they do put covers over your cup holders and your storage here. This looks a little bit more cleaner. And then here's a better look at your center console. They put an additional USB in here. and then a little bit more storage below. And then you have 2 storage areas on this side. This one is illuminated with an LED light, and then you have one down below here. Out back, one thing that is missing is it does not have the heated outboard seats. That is a part of the package again, so if you would like those for your older kids or your parents that might ride with you in this truck, that might be something you might want to look at. You do have storage in the floor, and these cubbies do come out too if you want to wash them out. And yeah, if you have a bigger dog and you want to have a solid floor surface for them, this does pop out like this. You can do the side over here, which gives them a little bit more space, and if you have a small kid in a seat, they can sit on this side. But overall, I think that this is definitely a decent sized cab. I will say Ram is trailing behind Ford and GM. They need to update this cab, and I think it would help them tremendously. Now, last thing I'll show you back here is you do have a power plug, 4 more USBs, Type A, Type C, air vents. So there's a lot of things back here to keep people comfortable. All right, so I had Thomas come with me. I wanted him to drive the truck and give his impressions because you guys probably tired of hearing me talk anyways, right? But Thomas, is that you had a Ram 3500.
2012 single cab Ram 3500. I used to haul, and I put over 475,000 miles on it until I drove it till it burned down. Transfer case somehow blew up. In the process of it blowing up, it ripped the fuel line out. It caught a spark, and yeah, it did me well, but it's in Ram heaven now.
But yeah, you did hot shot basically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you did hot shot. So how long you did that for?
About 3.5 years.
So he knows his Ram trucks is what I'm trying to tell you guys. When you're buying trucks, when you're looking for them, I mean, even if you don't live in Louisiana, if you want to order a truck, you can reach out to him and say, hey, want to order a truck?
I'll deliver it.
He'll deliver it. See, give you the personal touch. I'm trying to get him to start a YouTube channel too, because he has the personality for it. So
best truck on the market, man. Inline 6.7.
Yep.
You can't beat it.
Can't beat it. 6 in a row, ready to tow. But so how does this 3/4 ton ride, you would say?
Man, it's you don't get beat up.
Yeah.
You don't get beat up at all. Smooth riding, great power, great stopping distance. It's overall beautiful, amazing truck.
Yeah. Now, when you were towing, did you ever use your exhaust brake?
Yes, I did all the time.
Yeah.
When it was permitted.
Yep. Well, I will say, if you do drive GMC or Ford, I mean, they make great trucks, but man, the exhaust brake. Yep. See,
I just turned it on.
You just turned it on. You can actually hear it in a Ram too, yeah, which I love. That's how you know that inline 6 design is the best way to go. And someone mentioned on my channel that the inline 6 design does help for the exhaust brake to work better. I don't know if there's any truth behind that, but it makes sense because the V8s just don't have that, that same same grunt that this has when you need to stop. And then when you put it like in tow haul mode, it's just another animal. But yeah, just like he said, this truck is so comfortable. I mean, I could drive for 10 hours and not feel any kind of fatigue, especially when you're towing a heavy trailer. I mean, I think that the Rams do a good job of balancing out weights with their leaf suspensions, or if you opt for the air suspension, it's going to do a good job too. So definitely a truck you want to put on your list if you are looking.
2 thumbs up.
Now let's take a look at the numbers for this truck. You do have a gross axle weight rating up front at 6,000 pounds. The gross axle weight rating in the rear is 6,040 with a 10,000 pound GVWR. And then all in, this truck has a surprisingly high payload at 2,113 pounds. Still not enough to tow a big fifth wheel, but hey, a 36-foot travel trailer, I would definitely tow something like that with this type of truck too. This does have the 20-inch wheels, spray and bed liner, and does have the fifth wheel prep package too. So I'm surprised this truck has a good amount of payload. Now, I don't mention this a lot in my videos, but they did make this hood aluminum back in 2019, and that did take off some weight. And there's a little bit more aluminum, that was put inside the engine bay for the Cummins, and they did drill holes in this and make this hollow, which reduced the weight too. So there's a few things that they've done to reduce the weight overall, and it does show on this truck. But on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon.